Oh, here we go. We know every time it is a hot mess. Every single time it's a piping, scorching, unyielding mess. So let's get myself connected. Now this is for talking to the people on Podbean. You all can hear me. I got a computer over there that I can see. I'm going to be on Instagram and I'm going to be on Periscope. So it's just a scorching mess. It's just the usual mess that it is. So let's go ahead and set up all of this chaos. Hopefully, you all are doing well. Accessing your camera to create a live broadcast. Make sure your camera, I don't know if my camera is going to be on over there. We're going to mute that hot mess. It's always a hot mess. Every live stream is a psychedelic, scorching, stank on your mess. Every time. It would be no other way for me to handle all of this if it wasn't a mess. But hey, y'all, I'm looking forward to adding the people on Instagram. That'll be exciting. That'll also keep me from being on live too long. Y'all, I wish if you go on to Multifacetedacg, if you go on the Instagram account for me and you see the picture in my stories of this setup, you're like, oh man, Ashley needs a studio so bad. Help her, God. All right. What is this? This is something that's new. What's new? Default video input. Whatever. It's going to be grainy either way. We don't care. All right. We're going to turn it. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm centered enough there, and then my neck is gonna be all up in Instagram. Oh my God. All right, here we go. So we're gonna turn on Periscope now, and we're gonna say hello to the people on Periscope. Hello, hello, hello. And now we're gonna say hi to the people on Instagram. Wait till they pop on. Hello, 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 Instagram folks. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh my God, we're all over the place. What's on the docket this evening? The disrespectful one hole. Well, that is one thing. There was something else that was supposed to be discussed, and unfortunately, I can't find it. Hi, hello, 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 Twitter folk, Periscope folk, hello, Instagram folk, hello, 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 YouTube people again, and in a moment, Podbean. It's a lot going on. Let me, because I know I typed it, but let's just wobble this camera around for a second. A3 day live. There we go. That way, when people come in, they're like, oh, hello. Okay, there. I'm already hot and burning to death. Hey, Maggie. Okay. So some of the things that we're discussing, all these multiple cameras, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary, we are definitely going to talk about Wanho tonight. That needs to be discussed. Jackson Wang had a newbie. CLC just came back. Yes. Wanho causes me stress, eats almost a whole cake. I'm in shambles. Speaking of Wanho, does that boy own a functioning shirt? He don't own no shirts that function. All his shirts got zippers. All of them. So it's just going to be a mess, y'all. I'm on multiple platforms. I have a glass of wine because this is how we do our lives. So cheers or kambe or Jang, whatever makes you feel good. Hello to you all. Cheers to you. Cheers to the Instagram crowd. So it's been a lot of comebacks this week. It's a lot of stuff going on. Now, before we get into the super, super instrumental stuff, let me make sure that I have the audio recording on for those of you who want to access that. So give me just a moment because we're going to be on a nice, tight schedule this evening. We're going to be on a good one. All right, that's getting my microphone set there. And this one I'll actually, all the other ones I'll actually upload as well too, instead of procrastinating in the ways that I have. But we have a lot to discuss. We got a lot to discuss. So McWallis, you doing good? Y'all doing good? Instagram, Twitter/Periscope, y'all good out there? YouTube, McWallis. I want to thank y'all for dealing with the disrespect of Mac. Yet again, he has chosen not to be present. Live streams are beneath him, I believe. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know. But it's precious nonetheless that he does the best that he can. All right. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And we are officially for real live now in all these places. The only one that is not live is my Facebook fan page, which is facebook.com/multifacetedacg. That's the only live stream that's not live streamed right now. So we're practicing, we're getting it. Eventually it's just gonna be a panel of computer screens, just curved, so I can just look and say what I need to. And Instagram will be able to broadcast on desktop because that is an option. So a couple of things, just giving you the appropriate information. This is not a sponsored episode of an album a day. It is a different episode though, because I do need to make sure to tell you all about something that we are supporting as McGualas. So you all are aware I have 500 siblings because my parents remarried and things of that sort, all that good stuff. Well, one of my sisters, one who is 8 years younger than me, one of my sisters is a salon owner. She has a full-fledged salon in Virginia. And with her being in Virginia, one of the things that she has her team of stylists and nail technicians and everything in between doing is supporting the Walk to End Alzheimer's. So we've been involved in it because McGualas are going to donate next week $100 towards her salon's cause. They have until the 12th of September to be able to reach this $2,000 donation goal they want to make. So I am going to share with you all in the chat on YouTube, and I'm going to make sure when the live stream is finished to put it in the comments as well. But I'm going to share with you the link to that. If you want to give $1 or $2, you are more than welcome to. You can do it anonymously. You can put on there that you're a McGuala if it makes you feel like that's necessary. But when you're giving, it's not because you're giving because you want the attention. You're giving because you believe in supporting people and finding a cure to this absolutely debilitating, multiple family impacting disease. So ending Alzheimer's is very important to this sibling of mine because we have had family members who have been impacted by this and who have passed because of it. So it's very important to her. And since she's very important to me and philanthropy is very important to us, this is what I wanted to focus on extra for the month of September. So she, again, is taking donations at the link that I just put down in the YouTube chat. And again, you do not have to put any of the amounts that are listed there. You can donate whatever you want, but she is aware that it has been shared through the September McGuala newsletter, as well as here on this live stream. Her name is Morgan, by the way. So instead of just saying her, Morgan, Morgan. And she's an absolutely hardworking woman. But you all know about my siblings anyway. All of us are hardworking, no matter what's going on. So that was important thing number one to share with everyone. Important thing number one on all these platforms. I am going nuts. I really hate the way that it looks on Patreon. It looks like I'm sitting in a cave. It's just dark and brooding, which although I'm fine with that, doesn't look good when you live streaming. It is what it is. They couldn't care less anyway. They probably can't even hear me knowing my audio, just being realistic. Second thing, for those of you who are interested in calling in for today's episode, you know the rule. You have to go over to Podbean and set up an account there and be able to dial in so that you can speak directly to me. And it is audio recorded. I've been holding on to recordings from the live streams and haven't been putting them up on A3 Day just yet because they're all a mess. Hey, see, that's one of my sisters right there. She said, oh, okay. Yeah, that's why. It's all right. I'm all over the place right now. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Periscope. So yeah, like it's cracking. But again, if you want to make sure that you're able to call in to the live stream, I'm getting ready to copy the link and put it in the YouTube live stream. As soon as I remember how to do it. I do know that you need the app. I do know that you all will need the app to do it. And since we're not a huge group, it should be relatively easy today to be able to call and kick it. So yeah, we're talking a lot of stuff. We're talking a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the priority things is talking about Wanho pulling a Wanho, which is not embracing clothing that has zippers that zip all the way up, shirts that close up all the way, because why would we want to injure innocent people? You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely ridiculous. But I loved it. It was a good comeback. Music wise, just taking it from the mindset of the music, not looking at his illustriously amazing manly body, just taking it from the point of music. That was refreshing. We haven't had anything sound that good in a while. And quite honestly, ladies and gents, and them, what he did was basically made a real sultry request for a one night stand. How could you possibly be mad at how smooth he was about it? He is telling you with a bass guitar, he's telling you, hey, if you have some spare time, keep an open mind. We can take this from 0 to 100 real fast tonight. I'm like, yeah, those are things that I agree with. Those are things that I support. Not against. Matthew's like, yes, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. Him having this doggone shirt where the zipper is strategically only zipped at the top just so you can see all his stomach. You better keep an open mind. Why would your mind be closed? Would you really want to close your mind? Shout out to him for knowing what kind of fashion is necessary to be able to make himself look aggressive. Nobody needed that. Cheers to that shit. That was great. He said, right? Somebody on Instagram was like, he said what he said. I condone it. It's a really, really good comeback though. No lies told. Like no funny business. It's legitimately good. Someone on YouTube says, seriously though, I'm obsessed with this song. I don't even need the MV. It's that good. Right? I mean, like, I want the music video, but I don't need it, Mind you, that's not the rudest song on the album. With You is much worse. With You! First off, y'all, you do understand that, like, there is an album, right? Like, don't be like the new K-pop fans where you just show up and you hear that one song that's associated with the video and you're like, oh, okay, this was good. And then you go on. No. There's a whole adulthood album for that ass. It's a whole ass album and it's great. I'm really pleased. Now, given the circumstance that he stands on his own and his name starts with a W, I'm not getting to him no time soon in an album a day. But because we're doing one of these live semi-reckless ass episodes, then I can talk about it now, and that's pretty much what we get. Can we talk about the Spanish? Can we not? Now I gotta turn on the fan. Hold on. We're gonna air it out a bit. I felt sweat just go down my spine. I didn't need that shit. So you need to listen to the album. I bought the album before I watched the MV. See, priorities. You know what to do. Making smart adulthood decisions out here. Oh man. So I mean it's worth listening to. It definitely is. Another thing worth listening to is the comparatively better uh, Tiger Inside. Superm. Super M. Now I know some of you are actually fans of 100, and good for you. I feel like Mac. Oh my God. I feel like Mac the koala when he clowned me. So if you saw Super M's online concert, then we got a taste of it with all of the insane graphics and the tigers literally running out into the audience. It was visually stimulating beyond compare. This video, this new editing angle that JYP and SM are utilizing in terms of how they have the cameras panning for cinematography, it's some dope stuff going on. But the song, the structure of it, when they do their songs that are supposed to be for the Korean audience, they excel. Same thing with I Can't Stand the Rain. Same thing with well, this song. Why am I acting like I don't know what I'm talking about? It's only 2 albums. So you have Jopping, which was, for the American audience, and it's anthemic and it gets you moving and it don't necessarily make sense. And we gassed up Mark tremendously. Now he think he can really, really embrace the urban side of music. And then you give us this song and it's just really, really good. The song sounds like Supercar to me. Really? Let's dismantle that. Jacqueline, when you say it sounds like Supercar to you, why? Are you saying it's because of the same tempo or the vibe? Like, break it down for me. I'm interested in that. Like, the MV was cool, but the song is good, but not timeless. Oh, they're not here to make timeless music at all. If you're looking for music that'll have long-term standing beyond the concept of Super M, because they're not a concept group, they're an actual group, but they are a concept nonetheless. It's not gonna last long. It's just not. And no, you don't have to know the lingo. You know how to talk. You know how to express yourself. It's not timeless to you. It's something that works for the time being. You're not gonna want to hear Supercar 20 years from now and still have the same emotional reaction to it. Yes? But if you want to get lingo-esque, and I'm not going to because that's not what you're doing, so I'm not going to, but I am going to say they definitely sonically sound different, completely and utterly. Supercar is for the aggressive flex, where you got a simple verse, a simple bridge, it get loud and hype at the chorus, then get quiet again. But basically, maybe the rhythm, beat, and melody is a little similar to me. Understandable. I find that interesting. Everybody hears music differently, so it's nothing wrong with what you're saying. Your opinion is your opinion. So, I find it interesting nonetheless. That's all. Let's see, we have Twinebee entered the live chat studio. It looks like partially departed as well. So I got nobody calling in this time. That's interesting, with the audience being as small as it is this time. Let's see, Super M is here for a good time, not a long time, and I'm with it. Never thought of that concept for Super M, but makes sense. Yet they are a concept, but they're a group. The only reason that they're not referred to as a concept group is because a concept group is for 1 to 2 projects, period. And they haven't verbally articulated that that's what they are. Although, come on now, let's be real. They are a group, but it's a concept. And I noticed the pattern is similar to Jop in the order they sing in. You only have 2 okay, technically you have 1 vocalist in the group. 1 solid confirmed, like, I don't need y'all, I can do this by myself. And I'm not talking about Taemin, I'm talking about Bacon, Bun Bacon. Now, Taemin can sing, and those of us who've been longtime K-pop fans, we have seen the progression of his performance quality and the strength of his vocals and whatnot. But there's no way he'd be able to carry that entire group on his back, which is, although presented that he was going to be the leader because that's how the teasers were set up and everything, he chose not to be. They put it on someone who, if it was a song that only had two of them on it, it wouldn't suffer. That's why, for me, when we were talking about, she said it's not easy for her to explain because she wasn't using lingo. Not using lingo, but Too Fast took forever to grow on me because it's a whole bunch of people in it who aren't necessarily singers. They're performers, and I like singers who can perform. I'm not above enjoying performers. I'm a huge fan of performers. My vocals are strong enough to get the part down, but I'm here to give you dance action. I'm here to boots and cats and boots and cats. I like that too. But when you got a group like this with all these fine ass men, every single one of them just handsome in their own little ways, you're not gonna have an EXO, you know you're not going to have a Shiny, the two most prominent and older groups featured within it. And you didn't grab any of the vocalists from NCT and Wavy. It's a performance group, hence, therefore, it's a concept. But I dig it. I'm with it. I support it. Can you give me an example of a concept group? The Sure. I have to give myself a moment to recall. Often some concept groups, very big important one, which I will be doing an episode on. I'm currently in the show on After School, and members of After School, members of 4 Minute, members of Sistar, those women have all been in a group together for one performance and one performance only. They were in a group that had a particular concept associated with an award show. There were multiple groups put together, female and male, to make these smaller groups to do a particular performance of a ballad, a pop hip hop song, a sultry women's song, and whatnot. Troublemaker was a concept. That's a good one. Maggie's like, Troublemaker? Troublemaker was a good concept. Troublemaker did not have the intention of being around for a long, long time whatsoever. Kim Ki-bum from Shiny, and I forgot the other key. It's another group that has another member. No, it's not a group. It's a soloist. And his name is Key as well. And they were a concept. They were short in intention. We do not intend to ever come back together to do this again. We're not a long-term duo. So that's the best way. So I'm not going to get too specific about the one associated with that, with the award show that I was speaking about, because I intend on having a special episode. Hey, TJ. So one of the things, Too Hard. Thank you, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. It was Too Hard. It was Too Hard. That was the group. That was the concept. So I won't get into detail here on this particular special episode because everyone, an album a day is getting ready to have an auxiliary podcast. Oh my gosh, it's going to drive me crazy, but I like doing things that make me go crazy. So twice a month, that's the intention, but it very well might be once a month. So it'll be 12 episodes, 24 at max. There's a whole different podcast of A3 Day where it's story time. And one of the stories that I'm going to tell you is the magic of this particular collective of subgroups that were associated with Gail Dejan. And this was years ago. And it was one of the best concept group concepts ever. So I'm going to tell that story. Some of you attended KPSN Podcast Fest, and I told the story of the royal families of K-pop. That's going to be a story on its own. I'm going to share the raw recording, but I do want to clean it up and make it a better story for you all. I'm going to share the story about the animal kingdom of K-pop. I'm finally going to give a breakdown of these multiple labels and how there's a five that needs to be paid attention to. There's not the big three, or what we refer to now as the big four, or the big 3.5, whatever the case may be. So there are things that an album a day is intended to just talk about discography, and that shouldn't take a lot of your time whatsoever. The reason my show has been able to last for over a year, up to season 4, which is what we're in now, is because I don't take a lot of your time. My longest episode is like 28 minutes. On average, you're getting 5 to 10 from me, maybe 15 when it's the first album of someone's discography, when I'm first getting into them. So being able to just let that play and just listen and get a quick, overview of what you should listen to, all right. But I'm gonna need a little bit more time to tell those stories. Also, there are other people who I want involved in that other thing, because if I can make it longer, then it can be almost as if it's like soap opera radio. Being able to give you something historical to sink your teeth in, maybe hearing something from a sponsor, and then going into the other parts of the concept. Maybe there are other podcasters or other historians or writers and whatnot who I want featured to be able to utilize the platform in a different way. Not necessarily interviews. There's interview podcasts all over the place, so I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm telling you all right now so that you are aware of some of the things that are going on. Some of the other things that have been in development, you all have been aware of, like the approach for sponsors and whatnot. You heard a lot of sponsors this particular season, and we're not finished. We still have a few more episodes that'll be sponsored, but the way that's going to work so that you don't get overrun by it, we'll do a week of sponsors, and then we'll take some time off, and then we'll come back and we'll do sponsors again, because you don't always want to hear those ads, So that's the stuff that's going on that. So I got TJ over here, and I have Twinebee as well. So if you would like to call in, and this is the last time I'm going to post it over here in YouTube, the link for that, because what I need to start sharing with you again is the Walk to End Alzheimer's link. So if you want to be able to give me a call or whatever, IOI was a concept. They weren't actually, see, it's a thin line between concept and project. Thin line between concept and project, because those particular survival shows are set to have an intended project of X amount of months, 12 months, 14 months, 24 months, and then everyone goes on their way. But it's still a concept. So I don't know, but I'm definitely going to look into it so that I have something solid. Josie, what about Vix? Somebody just shot Vix out of nowhere. I love too how to remember those performances. I'm ready for these story times. I'm glad y'all are ready for the story times. So for those of you who are in Podbean and trying to give a call, what you need to do is access the area that says call in. That way I can drag you over there and pick up your call so that I can speak to you, So yeah, that's an interesting one. The whole thing, Holla, half of X1 re-debuted already, so I'm happy about that. That's good, and they needed it because they got messed over. I'm gonna pick some really, really incorrect words. Let's see if I can add, let's see if I can add TJ. He might be busy now. He'll be like, what? No, Vicks are concept kings. Yeah, now that's a difference. As far as their music and visuals, however, they're a full-fledged group that was together in its intended lineup for its duration. We got a call, everyone. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you meant concept like Vicks and I. It's okay. So let's go ahead and connect with TJ. Hey, TJ, you're live. Hi. Hey, bro. Yes. That maniacal laugh, that wasn't even a maniacal one. He gave me a creepy laugh, y'all. Well, Wanho tried to kill you yesterday along with the rest of society, yes. But you have the full album, so tell me about how you're feeling about life. Mm-hmm. Then TJ said Wanho is allergic to cotton, y'all. He ain't allergic to lycra. He ain't allergic to latex, vinyl, just cotton. But when he put his initial promotion stuff out, though, he had on a full shirt. He had a sweater. And it's summertime when the photos came out. It was hot as hell. We're not talking about the twins, Polly and Esther. Yes, yes, yes. I was feeling that. He can wind all he wants, all the things. Mm-hmm. Paradise is cute. TJ says when the interlude on Wildho's album came up, he realized then that's when we were all in trouble. And what's the disrespect with you, TJ? I'm gonna throw some Spanish in there. Mm-hmm. Just sprinkle you with some tacos. Just a little adobo. Sí, claro. You didn't expect it to switch up on you that. So TJ's talking about how when you can listen to it in Apple Music and whatnot and see the lyrics, and he said all of a sudden Spanish just flew up and he like, wait a minute, hold on now, wait. He can't help himself. So given the circumstance that you have it and you've listened to it, if you could give a ranking to this album, what would it be? Yes. A 4.5 out of 5, ladies and gents and thems, okay. Absolutely. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. Well, TJ, do you have any parting words for the McGualas or myself or anything in general before I let you off the call? He said, listen, stay safe, use your masks. Oh, it cut off on them. It cut off. Say it again. Say it again. It cut off on him. No! Type it in the chat, TJ, on YouTube. So, you know, this is all recorded, everyone, so you'll all be able to hear these things soon. So, basically, I really am interested in his ranking, and that's not the only ranking. He was providing one and had the intention of providing another one. But yes, there we go. Okay, TJ, go ahead with the last thing you wanted to say. He said if it was a ranking on visuals, he said he did what he had to do. He came, he saw, and he conquered. Exactly, I do agree with that. He said he was very, I'm gonna say tongue in cheek. He's cheeky. He's cheeky with his lyrics and whatnot. And he said, you know, given the circumstance that he's a soloist now, he's got more freedom to do that. He has genuine more freedom to do that. Good stuff. Thank you, baby bro. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, bye. Cool beans. Alrighty. So we had a good guest pop in for a second to call on this one. So I am going to. Oh, I was like, I'm actually dying because I don't remember how to get the live part of Podbean. Don't worry about it now. Don't worry about it now. You were on the last call. You were on the last call. So again, everyone in the YouTube chat, I am sharing the link to Luso Salon in Virginia, owned by one of my siblings. She is bringing her salon team together to make a $2,000 contribution towards ending Alzheimer's. So if you are able to spare a quarter, a dollar, $5, and you feel it upon yourself, your heart, to contribute to this effort, it's a very, very important cause to her. None of the money is going to me whatsoever. That's why I'm putting the link in there. Also, you will notice that Super Chat is turned off. You can still send me stickers and whatnot, but I don't want anything on YouTube with y'all money trying to get to me because they blocked that. I don't like that. So just sharing with you, if you're unaware about Alzheimer's, it impacts Black women at a disproportionate rate than other people for a host of reasons. So in honor of thousands who have suffered from this disease, Luso Salon, my sister Salon, is proudly supporting the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, the world's largest event to raise awareness and funds for Alzheimer care, support, and research. So please join her, the Magwalas as a whole. I am making a contribution in our name of $100 that will be happening next week. And of course, I'm going to tweet about it and post it, because anything that we do, even if it's just a matter of you sharing the information, that's philanthropic. I cannot stress it enough how much more important it is to me now more than ever that you all embrace being charitable. It's not always a thing of giving money. Sometimes it's a retweet on social media. Sometimes it's posting something or sharing your ideas and your understanding and your knowledge. We all have a part to play in changing the world, not just this damn country, which has enough on its own. The world is in shambles right now. It needs healing that is going to take more than just dollars. It's going to take humanity. And we as a community, we've been doing tremendously well. I am looking forward to sharing with you all at the start of next year what the Giving Magwalas have done, what we as a community have done, what your dollars as Patreon patrons has done. I don't miss out on patting yourself on the back for being human, for being civil, for taking care of each other, for looking out for one another. I'm so very proud of all of us. I really am. So, oh man, see, there we go. We got people in the chat who have had family members impacted by this. Oh no, for that reason, I wanted to hear TJ going wow. Y'all should hear me go wow when I watch the video. She said preach. We've got people who are impacted by this. This is very real. It's very real. And everything that happens is not always about you. More often than not, it's not about you at all. There's always somebody working too much in school, too much, $5 short of what they need to be, $5,000 short of what they need to be. We're all hurting, okay? And the best that we can do is when we do have the opportunity to lift our voice up and share injustices and acknowledge where we're trying. Those things are important, you know. Something else. There was something else I didn't want to forget. You know, there's another comeback that's coming now. CLC just came back. CLC just came back, and 4 Minutes Daughters do what they need to do. I'm not blown away by this comeback, but I ain't mad at it either. Uh, Super Junior sub unit came back, and I spent a good chunk just laughing at them having horses in the video. I don't know how that pairs up with being bad. Like, I don't know. But there's just another. Oh, look at that. Sai brought it up. She's like, speaking of a CL type comeback, I heard rumors of Wild Shaylin doing things. First off, CL has told us 48 hours ago, hey, I go by the name of, you already know what it is. You damn right we know what your name is, mama. Yes, we do. Come on back. Please. It feels like it's been forever. Come on back. Lynn came back. She said, it's summer. You know who the F I am. Like, she said, I'm back. Say my name. Embrace it. It sounds good on your tongue at the end of the day. Card came back with Gunshot. I was interested in that. I still don't have a solid verdict on how I feel about it. 100%. But most certainly found it interesting. If anything, the choreography had me kind of interested, you know. A comeback that I forgot about until I got up this morning and finished watching Wanho's video was my baby Jackson. I didn't even know Jackson had his comeback scheduled for today. I'm not dismantled by him singing. I love the visuals of the video, y'all. I love it. I love the visuals of this video. He took old school Hong Kong films and flipped it and made his own concept. A guy just going out of his way to pursue the lady. He's got her little charm from her earring, I believe, or from her necklace and whatnot. And in his vision, he just sees so much magic happening between them. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm looking forward to Jackson acting. I'm not. Jackson has put a lot of emphasis and focus on perfecting dancing and working on perfecting his music. From where it began to where it is now, sounds much better. Where his singing was to where it is now, still making gains. I don't want him to throw acting on there. Not yet. Give it some time. Continue establishing yourself and breaking these massive barriers for your music. I mean, he is the first man from Hong Kong to chart on the Billboard charts individually. That's impressive. Keep getting those accolades and whatnot and convincing people to spend their money on the black and white Team Wayne stuff. I'm waiting for something extra to come out of that before I grab it. Love you to death, but I got black and white already in the closet, bruh. Me wearing colors is not common. So perfect those things, hone that craft, embrace that, get entrenched in it. And then when, and not if, everyone, my baby's not gonna have a if, it's a when an opportunity comes for you to act, baby, we'll be there to support you 1000%, because you will have had the time to cultivate that talent. It's not there yet, but it will be. Mark my damn words. It will be. Let's see. A lot of people are saying card come back in a while, the best one. I agree with that. I see you, Madison. I'm definitely gonna close on that because I'm not gonna do a long live stream tonight. I go to bed at 9 o'clock, y'all. Now I'm an old lady because of grad school. So we have Higher Music coming back, and Palo Alto stepped down from one of his roles. I'm sorry, was it Palo Alto? I believe so. so that he can focus on his music. But Jay Park just shat on everybody with higher music. The largest flex on 2020 came before the music even came out with that teaser. They had a strong teaser. Thank you. It's a wolf earring in Jackson's video. Um, Want Us to be serving plot line like Vix. Want Us is getting a lot of people excited. A lot of people excited. Um, I just some of the groups that are around and whatnot, I haven't made my way to it. I know for certain the reason, because let me clarify for y'all, it's not that I don't like K-pop anymore or whatnot. My job now is not to entertain you on YouTube with YouTube videos anymore. My job now heavily transitioning to being a historian. So I'm listening to things back in the day. I'm grabbing music from 1998. I'm grabbing music from albums that came out in 2016. I'm all over the place. So it's not that I'm ignoring the scene. I want to clarify that. I'm not ignoring the scene. I'm going back and doing my work. But one of the things that I know that people are waiting for me to get to is ATs. And we just hit the A's last week. We're in after school now. That's AF. So we're not too far from getting to ATs. I don't know if they're going to get into this season or if they're going to be season 5. I don't know. But a lot of A-Tiny are like, have you heard this? Have you listened to this from my guys? Have you listened to this? And I'm like, oh, I haven't yet. And they like, we don't like that. And I just, I'm working on it. I'm going to get there. But when it happens, you all will be able to hear about it once it's on an album a day. Alexa and the Fat Rat collab came out today. Didn't know about that. I know Alexa is on a podcast and she's doing pretty good. She's got a solid fan base. It's really interesting to follow someone that follow someone who you kept up with on social media for years. We were lucky enough to cross paths at a KCON years ago. And then when she was in Korea doing her work for preparing for the Soompi competition that ultimately debuted her, I was working with other people who were working with her on a totally different project. So the K-pop world for us foreigners is extremely small. It's extremely small. I'm still trying to find something about ATs to grab me right now. I'm just like, I expect that from you, side though. You're not an easy person to impress with new stuff. Are you gonna do Ace? I was just wondering. Well, eventually, yeah. When I get to them, I most certainly will. Even though I'm on after school right now and going to AOA, the order that I'm following is not absolutely concrete alphabetical order. So Ace is bound to happen as well. Whatever the name is, whatever the letter is, I'm going to have to get to it. I'm trying my best not to avoid anyone. God, I sound bougie and stank. No, you don't. You sound like a person who listens to the music you like. Taylor Jackson about to drop the nuke bomb on us next week. He was pissed beyond recognition, and Taman never gets frustrated outwardly about having his music compromised. There was a rumor, perhaps it was true, but I didn't do any digging because it's of no interest to me. I want to hear the album when it's done. But one of his songs got leaked. So he was pretty damn heated, as he should be. You know, you go through all these efforts to avoid having your work shared. Why don't they have the same impact that, you know, Beyonce have with her stuff? Beyonce got the strongest non-disclosure agreements and non-compete clauses I've ever heard. Don't nobody know nothing that woman do until it's done. Shit is impressive. It's really impressive. But I'm most horrified by the possibility of EXO Kai's solo not coming out this year. It was supposed to come out this month. I don't know if it still will based on the things going on with promotions for Super M. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with one of the most historical things that occurred. And I'm not going to dwell very long on this whatsoever. I just want to be able to acknowledge the fact that BTS finally claimed that #1 spot that was inevitable for them to get. I mean, Duh. They've been progressing towards that for quite some time. And albeit, I'm not going to deny that's exciting. It is exciting, but I am more excited about the fact that they actually acquired awards and recognition beyond just being Korean pop artists. I'm very excited about that. Granted, it's the MTV VMAs, and like the validity of that award show has been dismantled and reassessed and whatnot for quite some time, but nonetheless it's still very, very exciting that this happened for them. So big, big ups to them for that. Big ups. That's really, really important. I still feel like Suga's manifestation of them gaining a Grammy at some point in time, I'm excited about that, the possibility of that. I have not gone all deep down into the Dynamite album. I do like the comeback song. And when I get to the Bees, since I did a Great Moments in production and delivery on them years ago, I'm excited about returning to their discography with a more refined ear, more discernment, and a lot of distance from them because I don't listen to them every day. Have to give yourself a break from your faves at some point in time or you're gonna burn out, and I needed the space from them, and I took a substantial amount of space from them to be able to give myself some time to be able to have my ears refreshed so that I could just take their discography apart. And I really don't care what anyone says once I start talking about them. The disclaimer for the show is at the beginning every single time. And quite honestly, I don't make content for people to enjoy all the time. I make content for people to learn from with facts and opinionated commentary. Take with it and do what you will. But I know it's going to get some hate and I couldn't give two shits. So that concludes this haphazard, hot mess version of today's A3 Day Live. The next one will take place in October, I believe. Please don't quote me on that. Just we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. No matter what, we will not close the year out without one more live stream. I do encourage you to check out the Great Moments YouTube channel. I finally do have it now, where it's youtube.com/the Great Moments MacG. Took forever. Not a Halloween song edition, but I am thinking of selecting some Megwalas and including you all in a game night. I'm not certain just yet. Whatever the case may be, it'll be announced in newsletters. We will have some giveaways coming up. I just dropped that Alzheimer's link one more time just for those who might feel it on their heart to give. And then I'm going to send you the link for the Great Moments and drop that in the chat as well. I appreciate all of you on Twitter and Periscope who might have checked it out for a moment. I don't know if the audio ever worked or not. I don't have an idea. I appreciate those of you who came in and out of Instagram. Thank you so much for jumping in for a moment. That's always a good thing. And of course, everyone on YouTube. Extra special shout out to the Patreon patrons. It's the scholars, the student body, and the newest tier, the staff. Very grateful for everyone. You all are always such a big help. So that is the link right there that I just posted in YouTube to the other YouTube channel. September 15th is the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, so there will be a video on there to talk about some of the Latinx and Hispanic influences on the K-pop scene. It's been so long, well over a year, since we had a long form video on that channel, and we will continue with Black History Month observation because it takes place in Canada and the UK in October. We'll have the second part of Black excellence in K-pop on that channel then. So it's 5 minutes before my bedtime. I gotta get up at 5 a.m. I have a massive paper. Thank you all for the good luck with grad school things. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Staying healthy, staying safe, wash your hands, keep hand sanitizer around, continue to wear your masks over your nose. This does nothing. Cover your nose, cover the things that places can come into, okay? If it was something that didn't work, then medical people would not use it when they do surgeries, for crying out loud. Like, it works, okay? Cut the BS with the ignorance, okay? I respect you all and expect more, more from you all, because y'all my supporters. We can be wrong, but we ain't stupid, all right? So I will catch you all on the flip side of the pancake. Stay safe. Know that you are loved. Vote this November. Please, dear God, if you have early time to vote, do that as well. And I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.